Good evening, everybody. I just wanted to discuss with you and boggle your mind with a few statistics before I start on my controversial topic. Did you know, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, between the years of 1960 and 2016, the percentage of children residing with their father full-time increased from 1% to 4%. Also, according to the producer Aaron Duffy, 2005 was the peak year of children residing with their father the most, and that was at a number of 3.49 million children residing with their father only. According to fatherhood census statistics, there were 2 million single dads in 2013. Also, according to producer Aaron Duffy, in 2019, 3.2 million children were living with their father, their single father, full-time, no mother involved in their life. So now that I gave you some statistics and background information as far as the single father, I wanted to inform you of my controversial topic. So the topic that I came up with was that men's bathrooms should also include a baby change-in station. So now that we're gonna get into that, I wanted to discuss the importance of that. You know, you go into a public building, and the world, the norm as it was back then, was that the mother was in the child's life, and that's not the norm anymore. So, you know, a mother will go into the bathroom and they might have a baby change-in station in there majority of the time. However, in the father's bathroom or in the men's bathroom, majority of the time you won't find a baby change-in station in the bathroom, and that can be very irritating. You know, let's just say you have an emergency, you need to change your child's diaper, you lodge everything in, the diapers, the wipes, you know, the baby changing pad, the baby, and it gets to be very heavy and a lot of work, and then only to find out whenever you get in the bathroom that there's no baby changing station in the men's bathroom. You know, this causes fathers to have to resort to something else. Some people might, you know, ultimately choose to change the baby on the counter. Some people might have to change the baby on the floor. Others, you know, might want to bring all that stuff that they brought inside to change the baby, bring it back out to the car so that they could change the baby on the back seat of the car. You know, that becomes very overwhelming. And I bring this topic up because I was actually a victim of this in a way. Me, my son, and my son's father, we were out on the road, and we were in Tennessee. And I had to go to the bathroom. My son had his diaper that needed to be changed immediately. So I gave my son to his father, and his father goes in the men's bathroom while I'm using the restroom. And he comes out and he tells me there's no baby changing station in the bathroom. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So I gotta take the baby, I gotta take him in the women's bathroom. I realize in the women's bathroom, there's not even a baby changing station. So I had to make accommodations, and I had to improvise, and I had to change the baby on the sink, on the counter. So that's why this topic is, you know, so important to me. So now that we see the importance of having a baby change-in station in both bathrooms, I wanted to give you some statistics and give you some reasoning behind what states and why these specific states have made the change already to implement the bathroom into both genders. So, according to the public law number 114 to 235, it's referred to as the Babies Act. It requires all federal restrooms and a public bathroom to be equipped with a baby change-in station, okay? And then there was also another one with California. The Californians had also implemented a bill, and it was referred to as the Assembly Bill 1127, that required baby changing stations to be implemented in both the men and women's restrooms in publicly and state and local buildings and private businesses. So California jumped on the bandwagon, you know, to implement the baby changing station in both the men and the women's restroom. One other state that I found that implemented this and made this mandatory requirement is DC, and the amendment in the law that was implemented is called Equal Access to Changing Tables Amendment Act of 2019, and it requires government buildings to offer those accommodations, as well as any new businesses that may be opening or doing construction. They must implement the baby changing stations. And one other scenario is if an existing business is making renovations, if the renovations are costing more than $10,000, they must also implement that if they don't have it already. Okay? So, let's just be realistic. Times have changed drastically. Before, back in the olden days, you would have had the mother, the father, the kids, and the mother's role, normally back then would have been to take care of the kids. But now, with a lot more single fathers, 3.2 million in 2019 alone, single fathers taking care of the kids, this is an important topic and an essential need to implement the baby changing stations in both the men and the women's bathroom. It's very difficult and very irritating to bring everything inside the public bathroom and then just to realize that there's not one in there. So this is a topic and something that needs to be changed. Thank you guys. Good night.